Bartimaeus is what Martin Buber would call an it. Bartimaeus is what James Cone would call the oppressed. Bartimaeus is what Frantz Fanon would call the wretched of the earth. Bartimaeus is what Derek Bell would consider a face at the bottom of the well. And if we aren't careful, America, we will begin to look like Jericho and have people kicked, dismissed, marginalized, dehumanized, objectified, sitting on the side of the road begging for money from anybody that passes by. You see, Jericho was like America. You see, Jericho was a city in the Jordan Valley about 20 miles northeast of Jerusalem. Jericho, a city invaded and destroyed by the Babylonians in the 6th century. Jericho, a city under Roman rule from 63 BCE to 423 CE. Jericho, led by leaders like Mark Antony and Cleopatra and Caesar Augustus and Herod. Jericho in the text before us is a long way from being destroyed by the Babylonians. It has now been rebuilt. It's been restored. And because of its mild winter conditions, kings and Hasmonean kings would go to Jericho for their winter resort. Yeah, Jericho was a sweet vacation spot. Jericho was like Martha's Vineyard. Jericho was filled with poor people, filled with struggling Jerichoans, but the rich people and the kings exploited the land and commodified it without thinking about the people. They went to the country, they went to the city to see what they could get rather than see what they could give. And I asked a young white lady right after Donald Trump won, I asked her, why did she vote for President Trump? She responded to me, well, I voted for him because he's good with money. I said, how did you overlook what he said about women, what he said about his own daughter, all the controversial topics? How did you overlook all that? She said, he's good with money. And my advice to you, sir, is just think about money and you'll be all right. And I thought to myself for 3.5 days, scratching my head. When I was driving, I was scratching my head. When I was asleep, I was scratching my head. When I was in the shower, I was scratching my head, because I'm trying to sit up here and think, how am I going to just think about money? How you just going to think about money? Just thinking about money is what kept slavery around so long. Just thinking about money is what caused the indigenous people in America to be run off in the Trail of Tears. Just thinking about money is what's continued the lie that Christopher Columbus discovered anything. Him discovering America is like me going up to your car talking about this mine now. I discovered it outside. Just thinking about money is what kept sex trafficking in place. Just thinking about money is why our churches are emptying, because preachers keep fleecing the sheep instead of feeding the sheep. Just thinking about money will have you singing stuff like this. You can't mess with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Just thinking about money will have us with red on the bottom of our shoes, but ain't got no green in our purse or our pockets. This type of politics is what kept Bartimaeus begging on the side of the road.